me like Fallout 3 did. I didn't appreciate it.
A
Maybe
lot of
it's just
people say
me.
that.
Yeah, so I mean, I still like to watch. Like I'm watching Zombie. I can't remember his name, but I'm watching his playthrough, and it looks great, man. I love to watch other people play it, but for me, it just wasn't a game that I wanted to. I did try and play it like a couple of times because I have the game on Xbox 360, and I just
Hmm.
couldn't. I couldn't beat it, man. I couldn't finish it. So
I
I'm
just want
hoping
to
that Fallout
interrupt
4 is
for
a
a
little bit
quick
better than that.
second.
Go ahead, man.
Whoever's pulling, make sure you stick around long enough for Rasuk to buff you because he's rebuffing now.
It's not me, that's for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
welcome back, AC.
Hey
Welcome
guys,
back.
sorry about being late.
how you doing,
You're
Buttercat?
good, man. You're good.
Where you guys at right now?
We're at the ramp to the left of the newbie ramp.
Oh, okay, I'm running on over. So what were you guys talking about? Fallout 2 or Fallout 3?
We were talking about Fallout
Oh,
4. Actually,
General.
we were talking about the games that Warp's playing, and if there were any games coming down the pipe that he was really interested in and would want to make
Well,
playthroughs in the future.
I lie a little bit because there is actually one game that I'm really looking forward to, but at this point, I'm not really all that sure when it's going to happen. That's so I haven't really talked about it a whole lot, and that's actually Everquest Next.
Oh, so what do you think of that one, man?
Oh,
I've heard mixed reviews. Like some people, they're not quite sure what to make of the company switching hands, and they're not sure of the future of that.
Shalara's orange is
Yeah, I
there.
mean,
Behind you.
as for what the future of it is, nobody knows. Like you said, companies switched hands. I actually got in on the early closed beta um, for EverQuest Landmark, so I can log on to Landmark and play. And the game mechanics, where the entire world is destructible, is amazing. The structures and things that people can build with the game tools is incredible. I mean, if you look up EverQuest Landmarks channel and watch some of the game dev episodes they go through and they visit a lot of the builds people have done. It absolutely blows my mind at the detail. It is Minecraft to the nth when it
I
comes to
mean,
creativity and capacity.
I like that.
now I've watched some
So I
people
mean,
build. I've watched some people build some of their houses and some of their castles and stuff like that. But I've never seen anything like what you're talking. I guess I need to go on YouTube and go check out some more of those videos, man.
yeah, definitely check out the game dev. They actually have a dedicated channel for both EverQuest Landmark and EverQuest Next. Now, the EverQuest Next, I mean, as much as I love Landmark, and Landmark really is kind of a foundational element. It was kind of the test bed for creating this, destructible world and everything else. But where Next comes in and becomes a real interesting element for me is that they've taken a lot of ideas that I've jotted down in my mind of we should really kind of do it this way, and that is basically everything about the way typical game mechanics go for MMOs has been kind of tossed out the window, and they've rebuilt everything from scratch. And one of the things they were really proud of and very big on noting right off the top was if you're going to have multiple servers running this game, don't expect to log on one server or then go to a different one and expect the same environment because it's not going to happen. There's going to be no persistent, oh, we're being attacked, kill an Oryx and come back to me. That's going to be perpetual. It's going to be an ebb and flow. You're going to come in, you're going to help stem a tide, and it's going to change the path. So, to give you an example, first of all, EverQuest Next is a prequel in the storyline of EverQuest. It's pre EverQuest 1. So
Oh.
one of the elements they gave as an example is you can help be one of the principal people in helping build Hollis from nothing. And then in the process of that, through somebody else's actions, say my actions, by sheer accident or by intention, I'm digging through a mountain because again, it's a fully destructible world, and I end up breaking into a cavern that's just littered with kobolds or goblins or whatever, and they come flooding out, and they will completely undo everything about that city. They will raze it to the ground.
That's kind of interesting. So it's like an actual, like things actually happen in the game to shape the gameplay that you have, like in the real world.
Exactly.
Nice. I think
So you're
that's
not
the
going to have
future.
those. I think it really is, and if they can pull this off, I'll be very happy about it. The other thing too is they're it's not just the big things that they're trying to rebuild.
Rebuild.
They've actually, again, from scratch, done everything up. And the other example they gave that just made my mouth drool is the examples of how mobs spawn and act. And the example they gave, first of all, is there's no set point you're going to see a mob constantly pop up or a defined path or whatever. To give you an example, every mob has characteristics that are ideal for them. So if Oryx spawns, say, in...
Incoming two skeletons, they're blue to me.
All right.
Okay, see,
if you have a couple of Oryx spawn in common lands, for example, they're going to look for idealistic opportunities. So they want places that are not patrolled by guards, have players going by that they can harass and get money off of, basically. And if things are good for them, if they have those random players here and there that works out, they'll set up a camp, and then a camp will appear, and they'll have more orcs show up. And that can be altered by either the players coming out there and laying the smack down till they leave, or say, for example, a quest that alerts the guards, and the guards come out and lay the smack down, and the orcs will disappear.
It would seem like you would have to, write the code that way, because if the whole zone can be changed and altered, and castles built up wherever, the mobs would have to be able to react to that. And that has to be insane on the programmer's part.
Your destruction? Can they undo your destruction?
Oh yeah.
For example, you dig a hole into a hill.
It will self-heal after a time, or at least since they're using the same game mechanic as Landmark, you can dig a hole into the ground looking for caves, whatever, and over time, that will eventually mend itself in that regard.
Does it mend itself, or does the weather kind of fix it? Will it fill in with water? Will dust, kind of fill it in over time, or is it just recharging, regenerating?
They haven't said anything special like that. Basically, as of right now, they said over time it will mend, and that's exactly what happens in Landmark. If I dig a hole just anywhere, it will mend over time.
Okay.
But there may be events that happen that are persistent.
For example, can you dig a hole and an animal or creature fall in and get trapped?
Potentially.
Or will it do like here in EQ1, just pass through the walls?
Potentially, I would surmise potentially could get trapped. Now, in EverQuest Landmark, there really isn't a lot. There's more recent than anything they've had mobs, and I haven't really had an opportunity to test those kind of theories out, so I can't say for certain. But
it kind of sounds like EverQuest mixed with Minecraft.
Yeah, and that's amazing.
EverQuest Landmark very much is a sandbox game.
I'm looking.
Have you guys noticed that?
I didn't care for it when I was on it.
Have you guys noticed that the MMOs seem to be getting more and more like VR?
Yeah.
Like they're setting the groundwork for it. They're trying to get the programming down and the way the characters are going to work. And then when the goggles and the interactive sensation bodysuit that you wear, whatever the case may be, is ready, they're already going to know how to do it. It just seems like it's moving in that direction.
Well, last thing I want a bodysuit. I don't need to feel myself getting kicked in the what.
I'm sure you'll be able to control it.
That's the apex of gaming is to have a virtual reality and everybody knows it.
Where that the machine can actually think for itself instead of doing its programming.
It's just amazing to me, though, that we're living in the time where we're actually seeing it develop, and actually within a few years, maybe a decade, come to fruition and be able to actually play that.
And I'll tell you what, I know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to have people dying because they're going to get so into the game that they're not going to log out to eat or anything.
I think
that already happens.
Yeah, I was going to say that happens with
EverQuest when it first came out.
I think if anything, it's going to put people in better shape because you're going to have to run around, you're going to have to move around because you're going to want that full immersion, and you're going to be moving around a lot more than you normally do.
Yeah, I just can't wait for holodecks.
Just give me a feeding tube and a catheter. I'm good.
Yeah, hopefully with hamburgers and pickles and mustard, man. Yeah, good stuff.
Right.
Anyway, guys, I think we're going to end the episode here. This is Dusk, our Kevin from Hydros Inc., guys, and I want to give a shout out to my friends' channels. You can go check out Warp Jester Gaming. You can also check out Bushido Bull along with AC Gamer, guys. Those are all great channels, ones that I watch and enjoy. So go check them out, guys. And until next time, guys, have a good day.